I think we should still be okay, because we'll be looking at the world now, not just European, so I think that should be all right.
It's a bit difficult to say, but I think anything is going to be better than what we've had. And for the young people, they've got to make their life as they want it. You know, they can't rely on us all the time, can they?
I think it's still unknown. No one really knows. I don't even think the Prime Minister knows what will happen. So it's going to be an uncertain next couple of years whilst we go through the process. I hope there's not too many big changes for local businesses, for towns and cities like Bradford, Leeds.
I think one of the problems that we've got is all these people who are already out there, you know, English people out there, and also people who are in here. I think this should be free movement myself. I voted to leave. I'm one of the older codgers.
Listening to all of that is the Yorkshire UKIP MEP, Mike Hookem. Good morning.
Good morning, Liz.
How are you feeling?
I'm very happy, very excited, and very optimistic for the future.
What in particular are you happy, excited and optimistic about?
Well, I mean, this is, as a party, we've campaigned for this since '95. Personally, I've campaigned for the last 10 years for this to happen. You know, I would have hoped it would have happened quicker. It's taken Theresa May 9 months to trigger this Article 50. I would have hoped she'd have done it a lot quicker. Because remember, in that 9 months, we've still been paying to the European Union, and we've still been accepting legislation coming from Brussels. So I would have hoped it had gone quicker. But here we are. This is it. It's happening today, and I'm looking forward to the future for the country.
As people are telling me how they're feeling this morning, they're also talking about what priorities they've got in the negotiations over the next 2 years. I mean, that's so broad, isn't it, Mike? I understand clearly the UKIP agenda, you know, let's not be part of it, but we have to come up with something at the end of it, don't we? What's your main priority?
Well, I hope that there's a sensible debate on trade, you know, and we come out of this. We're leaving a political union. We don't want to leave Europe as a trading partner. You know, we hope we get a good trading deal with them, a tariff-free trade deal with them. Personally, as the fisheries spokesman for UKIP and a lad from Hull, I want our waters back. I want 200-mile economic zone back, and I want our fishermen around the country to be able to fish our waters and land our fish in our ports. I think that's very important. I think that is non-negotiable. I think a 200-mile zone is our waters. We want it back.
You're going to get it back, do you think? I mean, how confident are you about that?
I'm fighting for it. From what I'm seeing, I think it could be put in there as a negotiating bargaining chip. I hope not. I'm saying that it's a red line. We want our waters back. I'm travelling and speaking to fishermen around the country, and, you know, 100% these people are behind us. They want their fisheries, their fish back. They want their waters back so they can carry on trading. You know, and at the moment we're seeing boats that are tied up in docks whilst the French and the Spanish are fishing our waters, and that cannot be right.
This is Mike Hookem, who's Yorkshire's UKIP MEP. I mean, Mike, your party and the future of your party, your voice, if you like, of the party in these negotiations, have you got one? Can I check?
How do you mean the voice of the party?
Well, are you going to be able to be part of those negotiations to get what you want, Mike?
Well, Nigel Farage should have been in part of the negotiations. He hasn't been allowed to do that. We will be, as in Brussels, as in Strasbourg. We will be there. We will be watching what's going on. We will be speaking. We will be holding the government's feet to the fire and making sure that what goes on, what negotiations are carried out, what negotiations are settled on, are what the British people wanted. And British people wanted a clean break from Brussels and from Europe.
Clearly they've got that, but you're not on the committee, are you, Mike, that's steering us through
Brexit? Well, they haven't got it yet. There's 2 years of negotiations. They haven't got anything yet. All we are doing today is Article 50.
There is a committee that's steering us through. Are you on that?
That will be David Davis. I mean, that's the government of the day that will be negotiating those deals. And as a party, we will be there, and we will be making sure that what the people voted for is what the people get.
Thank you, Mike Hookem.